Well, you said that you were Kendrick Lamar before Kendrick Lamar.
I actually didn't say that. So,
No.
I mean, I said it in the rhyme, but that's Mr. Fab's quote. He said it. And he's an
I mean,
LMC. So Mr. Fab was like, he texted it and just said it. And he was like, in a couple of interviews, he was like, Ras Kass is Kendrick before Kendrick. Like, you talking about the lyrical nigga that's talking about social, especially from a West Coast standpoint, that's still kind of street. So it's not taking nothing away from Kendrick. In the song, I definitely did it. But that's Mr. Fab's quote. I like it though. I can kind of see that. Shit, I'm a little Eminem before Eminem, truth be told. I mean, shit. We're all influenced by somebody. I can hear Royce 5'9" would always say, we bought Soul on Ice, me and Eminem, and we rapped like Ras Kass for a year. So, I mean, I'm glad I could influence dope people because dope people influence me. So it's not a hatred, it's just all love, but get the credit where it's due. So shit, there's some Tupac, Biggie, Nas, Jay-Z, Rakim, KRS-One is my favorite. I have learned from all of them. So yeah, KRS-One is Ras Kass before Ras Kass.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I mean, I can see the comparisons. And when you mentioned the Eminem thing, I'm like, okay, yeah, I could totally see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Delivery, sense of sarcasm, not self-deprecation up until about 5 years ago, you couldn't really be black and do self-deprecation. And I would kind of do self-deprecation. Like, I'm an asshole, kick me, I'm a fucking asshole, I did this, and then kind of make it funny, but then it's kind of depressing, that melancholy MC shit. So yeah, I mean, we're all influenced by somebody. I'm glad that, some of the greatest MCs, that the world sees and recognizes as great, I recognize they were great before, they got record deals, some of them. So it's all good. And they recognized I was great too. So that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, no, I mean, I remember bumping the Slim Shady EP before Dre discovered him.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. And everyone around me was like, yo, this is the next shit. Mm-hmm. So when Dre signed him, it's like, yeah, of course. Like, this is a no-brainer.
Bro, my cousin Bleu Vinci, the BMF idiot, took that EP to Priority and tried to get him signed on his own accord. Like, took a meeting with the vice president, like, you gotta sign Eminem. He's our homeboy and this shit is dope. So yeah, like, dope, no dope anyway.
Oh, so you actually knew Eminem before he went to Aftermath?
Of course, yeah, man. I always equate this rap shit like, just imagine basketball players. Before you even get to the NBA, you've been playing on these summer leagues. You're traveling. You're going to these little camps. You're meeting the other guy. You're like, oh, it's a dude named LeBron or something. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see these guys playing when you're 13, 14, 16. Then you go to college. Well, no, then you're in high school. You JV. Now you varsity. Now you go to college. Then you get drafted and get the paper. But you didn't have to work on your craft that whole time, so you've seen other people working on their craft. So, anybody from that, I would say from, I've been out of the industry part of this shit, but I would say anybody from 2014 down, of course, you came across them.
Yeah. Okay, so speaking of Dre.
Yep.
Your second album.
Yeah.
You guys do Ghetto Fabulous.
Uh-huh.
With Mac 10. Now, the beat was actually
the tango.
It was a beat from another song, right?
It was the tango part of Been There, Done That. Like in
Been There, Done That. Yeah. The end of Been There, Done That, the tango. You took that part and turned it into a whole song.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, were you working with Dre before that?
Yeah. I was working with Dre before he started Aftermath. So after my first album, there was a group called Po Broken Lonely. It was Chris the Glove, who's a famous DJ, like an OG legendary DJ. Mike Lynn was one of the singers, and RC, Ruben Cruz. So they had a song called Twisted. They are from, I want to say Compton, and they blood niggas. But they older niggas like Dre age. So I'm just trying to show you how small this world is and how everything connects. My homeboy that helped me, my homie that rest in peace, Kalani, introduced me to was a blood nigga from Inglewood. His name was Flip. Flip is the dude that helps me do Miami Life and all this other shit on my first album. We didn't know each other before we got introduced by Kalani, and then Kalani died, and Flip helped me salvage Soul on Ice. So me and Flip got tight. He was a prodigy of DJ Quick. Now, long story short, through Flip is how I meet Po Broken Lonely. Po Broken Lonely has a hit record, or at least a regional hit record. It was called Twisted. And then fast forward, late 1996, 1997, Flip calls me and is like, yo, Dre starting some new shit up. Let's go over there and go check it out. Like, let's go kick it. So when we go over there, Mike Lynn is his vice president. So now there's this whole relationship that's been forged before we even meet Dr. Dre. So when I see Mike Lynn, he's like, yo, we starting this shit up. We don't got a name for it. You should come through, but we got a squad. So I go through, and yeah, he's got this amazing squad of dope people. You know, Dre's kind of, he basically allowed me, he wanted me to write shit. So he had a roster of producers, a roster of artists, but he was he's great at building these dream teams, these squads. Eminem is not on the radar, 50 Cent's not on the radar. It hasn't, I think right at that time he's got like Rakim and like King T.
Right.
I think he was talking to Special Ed. Had Mailman was actually a rapper. He wasn't a producer at that point. But whatever, Kanye's over there making beats. Like, yeah, it's just a whole different.
Kanye?
Yeah, my nigga.
Was that after early aftermath?
Early aftermath. It wasn't
making
even called
beats
aftermath.
for Dre.
He was making beats. Kanye had a deal with Jay-Z with Rockefeller. They had first right of refusal, but then if they didn't pick it, then he could make beats for whoever else. But you know, if Rockefeller approved. Because I had a song with Kanye on my fourth album that didn't come out, that, you know, Rockefeller had the right of approval. But yeah, Kanye was there. Kanye played me fucking the first album, College Dropout, a year before it came out, the entire thing in its entirety. Just me, him, my homegirl, and his little chick. He was with like a little Filipino chick that day at Aftermath, at Record One, at Dr. Dre's studio. But long story, just to close that story out, Mike Lynn brought me in to Dre. I was writing, just writing shit. He asked me what I was doing. I was like, well, I guess I'm probably gonna take, you know, I'm gonna start on my second album. And like I said, this is like 1997. Then I went to New York. He asked me, I said, well, I might also work on my group. He was like, what's your group? I told him it was me, Exhibit, and Saphir. He's like, yo, can you get them niggas here? Got them out. We were trying to do, he had the Firm too, because he played Phone Tap, and we went ape shit. Like, that was the greatest song ever made. But then, he brought us out. Things didn't quite work out, but I introduced Exhibit and Saphir to Dre. Dre wanted to call the shit Locomotion. It wasn't called Aftermath. So the shit in the movie, that's not how it really happened. He wanted to call it Locomotion, like a crazy reason. He's like, yeah, it'd be like Crazy Reason. and then he wanted to call it Black Market, but Brother Lynch Hung already had that, and Brother Lynch Hung was trying to sell it for like $1 million, and Dre didn't want to pay that. And then I don't know who came up with Aftermath, but that was like way later, like 5, 6 months later.